Welcome back to another episode of Duvet Diaries with your host, Elizabeth the writer. I am with a friend of mine who I am so grateful to have on. You guys should be grateful as well because this girl does not like to be in front of the camera or even on the mic. But she needs to be because she's a multi-talented babe and you lot are going to know it. So this is Daisy.
Hi.
So Daisy is my girl and we go way back. I feel like
it's what year?
Yeah, because I always try to think about how we both went to the same school. But when I think about childhood and like them being a teenager and like, you know, my memories of Daisy and us being in school together, it was just scattered all over the place.
I just remember dancing.
We'll be in dancing, we'll be in a music room.
Yeah.
We'll be like, you were just about, like, we were just, do you know what I mean? It was just like, it was one of them. And I feel like it was after school and even like after uni that we like got a lot closer as well. Mm-hmm. We did netball together as well. So random. Oh, yeah. Just like random stuff. Just random things. Like,
did we even have like a lot of classes together? I don't remember. It was mostly like out of class.
Yeah, it was like out of class. It was like extracurricular activities like that would be in together. And all the things that I've mentioned is because Daisy is honestly a multi-talented babe. Honestly, from like instruments, from singing from media, from like there's so many things that she's so like all encompassing and so great at. So I just felt like you need a platform to be talk your stuff. And I also think as well like. When I think of creatives and people that are doing amazing things, sometimes it seems to be that there's only one way they appear as the person that's a chatty patty on the mic, like, and just, or the person that's just like, yeah, this is all my accomplishments, this is all I've done. But there's different kind of people out here and there's different kind of creatives. And I feel like this is why I thought it was so important to have you on here. Oh,
that's cute.
Because, like, your whole, like, I think you're amazing, but there's so much that you do that I notice and that people know, but people might not actually know as well that you do, and so much do you bring. And I feel like it's okay to be able to talk on what you're doing and talk about like your journey. And also I think it can inspire other people who may be a bit more reserved or may only like speak in like, you know, settings that they're comfortable in. And I hope to provide a safe space for you to be able to just do that and just talk freely and forget about these lot, man. Just talk to me in it. Like,
this is literally the only reason I'm doing it, because it's you. Like, I would not be doing this for anyone else.
And I actually believe that. And that's why I appreciate it so much, because Daisy would not be doing this.
I would not be here.
She's the person that's behind the camera.
Yeah.
But today she's in front of it.
Never catch me on camera talking into mics. Nah.
Just like, that's not a bit of me. But I appreciate it. So I just kind of want to like go back now. So of course I touched on like, you know, in school we're just doing all these different extracurricular activities together. And I know in school you studied media, and this was what, in sixth form,
yeah. So
like sixth form college. You did media. And how was that in school? Because I felt like our school wasn't nice, like creative.
It wasn't. Like, there was 4 people in our class. The teacher was like an English teacher that didn't know anything about film.
Right.
So yeah.
And what made you even want to pick it? That was not really advertised at all to us.
Yeah, it really wasn't. And
I didn't even know that was an option until you said that you did it. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I think it's just because I already had like an interest in it. Like, I wanted to do photography and stuff at GCSE, but they didn't offer it.
Yeah, our school was just so limited. We like the creatives in somewhat. Yeah, we were struggling. But
yeah, already kind of thought I wanted to try stuff like that out. So when I got to A level, I kind of asked for it. So I knew that they had it, and wasn't many of us in the class, but
4 people in the class.
Literally 4 of us.
That's mad.
And I remember like having to teach the teacher how to use like the editing software and stuff like that. I was just like, you're not offering much right now. Do you know what I mean? But
and then you kind of, I guess, it still made you wanna, I guess, go on to uni and study. What did you study at uni?
Digital film production. Ravensbourne. And that A-level media definitely didn't prepare me for the degree. I'll say that much. I remember being in like the first lectures and being like, what the hell is going on? Like, I don't know anything, and everyone's like, this is easy, and I'm like, what?
Oh, really? Yeah, I was gonna ask, was everyone on a similar boat, or?
It was quite varied, to be honest, but I feel like I just didn't know anything like compared to everyone else. But yeah.
Was it always like media for you? Did you know that's like, I know you said, you know, you had it kind of interested in it.
When I started like the UCAS process, I think originally I was applying for psychology or something. I don't even know what. I honestly didn't know what I wanted to do.
Because you're like 17, 18, made you like pick all these things.
Pick my whole
I was wondering about my career. I don't know.
And then I changed to sound engineering. I wanted to go and work in studios and be like...
Oh, see? Here we are.
Studio.
Okay.
And then I changed to TV production, and then I changed to film. I think I even got accepted on TV at Rave, and then I changed to film. But I was all over the place. I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Right.
Like, I really didn't. But I knew that I was interested in media. Like, I'd only done that A-level, really, but I still feel like I enjoyed it, and I wanted to do more of it, and I just didn't know what I was doing in terms of, like, picking a subject. So I just kind of went with it. It was a bit of a random choice.
Right, and I feel like that's so real, though, because I feel, a lot of us, when it came to options and, like, choosing what you want to do, whether it was for sixth form, college, or whether it was for university, it's hard when you're, like, young and there's still so much out there, and you don't even fully know yourself and then what you're going to want to do, and it's hard to just pick.
Honestly.
So, yeah, that's so real, and I feel like sometimes it feels a bit, I don't know, intimidating when there's so many other people around you that are like, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to go and do this, and it's like, wow, you've got it together, buddy.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm still
I
trying
feel
to
like
figure
no
it
one
out.
really does, though.
Yeah.
No one really knows.
Realise that.
Or they'll go and do that degree and then change their mind and never use it, and then
Right.
it's like...
Right.
So there's not obviously one way to do it, but yeah, I just kind of went with what I thought I was kind of more interested in at the time, but I don't have any regrets.
Yeah.
Like, I love my degree. I picked, like, a course that just made sense to me. Like, there was no exams, no essays.
No exams, no essays, none of that.
So yeah, it worked well for me, for sure.
And then coming out of university now, that was during the pandemic, innit?
I graduated, like, 3 months before we went into lockdown.
Oh.
So that was mad.
Wild. I feel like
That was mad.
we just need a redo, because I honestly feel as though
Literally.
coming out of university when it's a pandemic and, like, the markets for job, like, it was all so wild, and I feel like growing up and watching TV shows and thinking, oh, you know, about The Office, or just what you think the working world is going to be like, at least give me a chance to experience it. I didn't even get to. I was just in my bedroom, like, trying to finish off my degree in my room, like, what is this about? So how is that for you, sort of coming out of university in a career path that you're still trying to figure out what it is exactly you want to do, and then you're in a pandemic and you're like, okay, I need to find a graduate job, what do I do?
Yeah, it was peak, I'm not gonna lie, because I remember after graduating I was like, I'm just gonna chill for a bit, like, take a bit of a break before I go straight into, like, full-time work. So I was doing a bit of, like, freelance stuff. Like, I think I started doing some music videos, but then obviously with lockdown there was no shoots, like, there was nothing. All the stuff that I was doing was just not an option anymore.
Right.
So I was starting to look for, like, roles in production, because that was kind of what I was gonna start doing.
Yeah.
And, like, looking at, like, production companies and, like, roles that I could do. And I think I spent about a year applying for them jobs, and, like,
that application process,
nothing.
Applying. So not even get a rejection, by the way, you get nothing.
Nothing, literally nothing.
No
like,
one hears back from you.
just
like,
wasted all your time doing these applications. So
right.
had to like just rethink what I was doing and, like, take a bit of a different route, because I was just like, it's not working. Like, it's really not working for me. Like, I need to try something else.
Right.
I really don't know what it was. I was like, I've got a degree, I've got experience. Like, I don't get it. Like,
Yeah.
I really don't get it. But it was, that was rough. Like, I couldn't find work for a while. I was doing a bit of freelance stuff, like, to make money.
How was that? Like, what were you doing specifically?
I was doing a bit of graphics. Like, it was literally really random.
Yeah,
like,
just different
just
things.
any random thing.
Up your portfolio.
Yeah. But yeah, ultimately I was looking for, like, production roles, and I just couldn't find that. So I started doing, like, courses and just, like, upskilling and using that jobless time in lockdown to, like, do that.
Like, yeah.
And yeah, that's what kind of helped me turn everything around. So
that's good. That's amazing. And I remember having a conversation with you when we were on holiday. Corfu, that was such a great holiday.
that was fun.
And we were just kind of talking, because I feel like our friendship group is quite creative, and, like, we all are doing different things in, you know, different parts of the creative industry and all that good stuff. And I remember you talking about picking up a camera and just being like, you know, I'm going to go for it, and, like, even encouraging me just to kind of, if you want to do something, just go for it. Like, you might not know know everything, or, like, have all the ins and outs, or have as much experience as everyone else, or whatever the case may be, but it's just going out and trying and, like, going for it. And I remember that really inspired me, because I was just like, yeah, like, okay, like, if Daisy could, like, do it and, like, pick up a camera and just do bits and, like, just go for it, then, like, why can't I just believe in myself? And yeah, if I want to start a podcast. Like, it doesn't matter how many other people do it. Like, there's loads of photographers out there, but that doesn't mean that you can't be one. Or there's loads of people that have a show or a podcast or do content, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't. And I always, it sticks with me. Like, so that really, helped me. But I wanted to speak more about, I guess, you going ahead, and, like, what made you decide to just, you know, go ahead and be like, you know, I'm going to pick up this camera, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I think there was a few things, because obviously with not getting the jobs that I wanted in lockdown, I ended up going a bit of a different route and getting like a marketing job.
Right.
So for a couple of years, I was in a role where it just wasn't really what I wanted to do. It was a lot of data reporting and stuff like that, day to day. It wasn't really for me.
Yeah.
So I felt like I was really lacking, like, doing all the creative stuff that I wanted to do. And because most of my experience in film is like on the production side, I was scared of cameras for a while, to be honest, because I shot some things in uni and they just looked bad, and like my tutor was like, your settings are all wrong. And I was just like, the technical side of cameras just isn't for me. So I just avoided it for ages.
Right.
But then I was in this job that I wasn't really loving, and to be honest, over the years I've had a lot of people ask me to shoot for them anyway, even though they don't realise that I was never a shooter. Like, I just like produce stuff.
So you guys didn't know this, but Daisy just came up and was like, okay, I got this. But that's what I mean, like, you pick up things like that, and when you want to do something, you really go for it. Like, you know, you might not have had experience, or you might not have had the experiences that people thought you had, but it didn't mean that you weren't capable. And I feel like you always go out and prove yourself. You're like, why do you guys think I can't?
Yeah.
You don't know.
Like,
yeah, and I'm
people
gonna
think
deliver.
I do. I'm just scared to do it because I'm like, oh my God, I'm shit and I don't understand all the ISO aperture and everything about cameras. But I was like, let me just take some time to learn it, because I felt like I was missing out. I wanted to be able to just create things more by myself. So yeah, I just like go on YouTube, started watching tutorials.
YouTube University.
Literally saved up for a camera and just
Yeah, Rory. What? Rory, isn't that his name?
I don't know. I think Maisie named it.
I
can't remember the name.
was like, this is not called like the first camera, because I remember it was like such a.
It was
a thing, like,
it was a big.
Yeah, we can't just take it out anywhere. We just gotta be careful around it. It was expensive. Like,
I just started going to like events, taking photos, mostly like music events, and then I'll just like send them to the artist and stuff like that. Yeah.
Would you say for people that want to like start with like photography or get into it, that's a good way to go about it? Just like go into places,
just
and
go
like,
out and shoot. Literally, you need to practice anyway. If people see you walk around with a camera in your hand, they might come and talk to you, and then like it literally, I feel like that unlocks so many things. Like when I've been out and about, people just see me and they'll just interest people, and they'll come and talk to you. They'll ask you to shoot stuff for them. Like
I remember like even being with you at like the Sonic Waves event. And so many people see your camera, and like people are like making way for like to go to the front of the stage.
It
like,
just gives you access.
Yeah,
do you know how many times I've gone to like an event? Like I don't have any reason to be there. No reason to be there. I just take my camera. I'm backstage.
There you go. A little like free pass.
I mean, that's a bit cheeky, but
but no, it's like. But then again, people see you with a camera, and more time people want the content as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, take a picture of me, and that's how you make connections as well.
Yeah, and especially for trying to get into like photography and stuff, like so many people need photographers. If they see you with a camera, they'll approach you and let you know, I'm looking for someone. That's happened a lot, and I'm like, then end up shooting for them.
That's so sick.
So, yeah.
And how do you find like, I guess, reaching out to people as well, reaching out to brands or?
To be honest, that's like the worst thing for me. It's like, obviously with this industry, like who you know and like building them relationships is so important.
Right.
But something that I struggled with a lot initially is like just anxiety, like approaching people, talking to people. It doesn't really come that naturally to me. So that was tough. But it was mostly just going to events. Like I started going to events with like a friend or someone that I knew. So it kind of gave me that level of comfortability, and then just like shooting, getting more confident with my shooting.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just kind of, I don't even remember what the question was, but just kind of gradually built up my network, and it just kind of built my confidence over time as well.
Yeah.
So now I'm just like, I'm just always in like a networking mindset, like just like,
that's good.
And I just talk to people about what they do. Like it's a lot easier now than it was a couple of years ago.
I love that. We love to see the growth, and that's amazing to hear as well, because I know, because I've witnessed it as well, and it's like it is good to see you feeling like more comfortable to do that. And I guess, do you feel like it gets easier, or do you just feel like you get better at working through it?
I think it gets both. Yeah, literally both. Because you just build your confidence as well, and then you just get better at it, and it just becomes less of like a thing that, like I don't feel as anxious about it, or just going out to events, or just approaching someone and being like, hey, what do you do? I do this kind of thing. Yeah. It just becomes more normal.
What would you say for you has been like your, like so far, I know you're still so like early on, and like, but you've done such amazing things anyway, like what would you say has been your like proudest moment? Like
proudest moment? There was a moment I remember, like one of the first times I even went out and took photos, I literally like borrowed a friend's camera. I went to some brand event because there was like some artists performing, and I took some photos, sent it to them. It was like, Cash. I took a photo of him and sent it, and he like liked the photos. And then a year later, I was at City Splash and he was performing, and I took photos of him again, and I sent it, and I was like, oh, it's like I took one of the first photos I took was of you, and I'm shooting you at festivals, and that was like a bit of a moment. So that was cute.
I love that. It's just a journey as well, and it's
yeah,
just like,
and that just was like, just in that short time, like I've come far.
Yeah, literally a year later, and it shows what like you can achieve and what you can do when you're just like, okay, I want to go for this, I want to work on it, and I'm gonna like grind, and put myself out there and just try. And I feel like that's it. Coming like. Just trying.
Literally. But, like, putting yourself out there can be the hardest. Well, it was for me, I guess, if you have, like, the anxiety stuff can really hold you back in that sense. So that was probably the hardest thing for me, like, just getting over that and, like, just putting myself out and just, doing all of that.
And where do you, like, see yourself going for photography? Like, if you could say, like, a big goal you have or, like, a big, like, dream that you have, like, what would you say that would look like or what would that be for you?
That's kind of crazy. I think... One of the things I love is like the music stuff, like working with artists. So, I mean, I can't really name names, but like just working with like some of my favorite artists on some big projects would be good. But I also feel like photography is something that I've really enjoyed, but I don't necessarily want it to be like my main thing. Like I just like doing too many different things, to be honest.
And like, what is it that you enjoy? I guess because I know you said you wouldn't want photography to be your main thing, but like there's so many different other things and avenues you want to go down. So do you want to like through that?
Yeah, I think there's just so many things, even with the music side. Like obviously I've done a lot of like content production stuff, but even like the business side of music and like developing artists, all of that, because I love music anyway. That's been something like people even ask me to manage them, and I'm like, I don't even do this stuff. But I'm just that's something that I haven't even tried out. But I think the thing that I enjoy most is just being a part of like the creative process with other people. So being like a creative producer, I get to kind of go from like developing the ideas to all the logistics and just I don't know how to even explain it.
But I guess you just
bringing
like
it
the
to life.
Yeah, you like going the whole process, the journey, and like seeing it through. Oh, that's amazing. And do you feel as though like I know you said you don't want photography to be your main thing, but how do you feel like it can really like support the other avenues of the things you want to go down?
I feel like it just even gives me, I think as a producer it's quite important to just understand like all the different kind of roles and how everything works. I feel like it's helped me, I've been able to just go out and do more things and meet more people and do more kind of independent projects, which has built my confidence in them things, helped me to understand different roles a bit better, and just kind of express myself creatively, which I feel like I hadn't been doing at that point in time, which is why I kind of wanted to really go for it at that point, I think. I keep forgetting what you're asking me, so I'm just waffling.
No, it's fine. We're waffling together. It's all good. But no, I feel like you're really like talking us through in this. You're dropping gems, so don't feel like you're not. But no, I love that. And I feel like in terms of the different, would you ever want to go into music yourself? Because I know that's something that you're capable of. 100%.
I want to like do like producing, and I wouldn't be a performer. Like me even talking on this camera's mad. Let alone getting on a stage and singing. Are you mad?
But she can sing, by the way. But
okay. But I'm interested in doing more of like the production and engineering side, because that was like one of the first things I was kind of into.
Yeah, you mentioned sound engineering, like
But yeah, I just kind of went on a back burner because at that point, that's when I was like, visual photography, all of that. When I kind of got interested in it, and I just kind of went with that. But music's always been like, I just love music. So
where do you feel like that's come from?
Oh, where's that come from? I don't know. Like my mum just playing bangers all the time in the house. I don't know. Like I just love music, and also the in my primary school, the head teacher was like big music guy, and he like offered loads of free music classes. I learnt like free instruments in primary school.
Sick, yeah.
So he was always pushing for that, and I already love music, so I just started playing all these instruments from young. And yeah,
that's amazing. And do you feel like your sort of like upbringing, your childhood has like, and just where you've grown up as well, has like impacted your sort of music taste and like what you're into?
For sure. Like my family, like I've grown up with like soul, reggae, stuff like that, R&B, but then yeah, I guess obviously just you're influenced by all of these things around you, so yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, cute. And I would like to end every, or as we get towards the end of each episode, I like to do diary prompts.
Yeah.
So if I say the first line, I want you to repeat it after me.
Okay.
And then finish the sentence. I would say like I use the same 3 prompts every single episode, and it gets to it and I'm like, so what is the first one? But no, I'm going to read it out and then you're just going to repeat after me. So, I wouldn't be the person I am today without...
I wouldn't be the person I am today without all of the worst days and challenges that I've like had and had to like force myself through. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Do you feel like that's what you're good at, like sort of just pushing through them, or do you kind of like sit in it, process it, and then on to the next?
I feel like I've gotten better at just like pushing through. Like even that like I said, when I was taking a photo of Cash at that first event that I went to, I felt like shit that day. I nearly had a panic attack. I was going to leave the event, and I was just like, I can't do that. Like I need to at least take a photo.
Yeah.
And then
And
then after that, I was like, if I didn't stay, like I would have been pissed. So I would have missed out on this.
Right.
So I feel like that then helped me to just keep doing that,
just
basically.
keep, like, rolling with it. Oh, that's
but yeah.
sick. And the next diary prompt is, I feel the safest when.
I feel the safest when I'm just around like-minded people and like people that I don't have to, like I said, I'd be getting anxious. So if I'm around people that make me feel like I can just be myself and I'm comfortable and have good vibes and stuff, that makes me feel good. Yeah,
that's amazing. And I want to be remembered by, I want to be remembered for.
I want to be remembered for like the value and care that like I offer to people, because I feel like anything I do is just comes from like, it's something that I enjoy doing, or like I want to just kind of provide value to people and like help things come to life. Especially that's like the whole thing of collaboration. I think that's why I kind of love what I do, because it's never like a solo thing.
Yeah,
it's always like a collaboration.
Team
and
effort,
like I think that's probably like one of my favorite bits about it, to be honest. So.
And it's amazing hearing you say that, especially saying like approaching people in the beginning.
I know, it's it's weird, because even though it can be like really anxiety inducing, when once you get over that, it's like,
and then just how you feel after it, because it's like, I already did that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and I hope you feel the same after this podcast. Like, I didn't want to be there, right? I sat on the mic and look at me now.
Yeah, and it's never as bad as that you think it's going to be. So.
Right. Yeah, no, definitely. No, I love that. And yeah, complete facts, completely agree. If there was, I guess based on our conversation today, if you were to speak to a past Daisy, a past version of you, it could be you 5 years ago, it could be you from your childhood, it could be you graduating uni and like going out into the working world in a pandemic, like if there could be any version of Daisy that you'd write a diary entry to, what version of Daisy would it be, and what would you say to her?
There's a lot of versions I could go for. I do feel like lockdown was probably a low point, to be honest, and I really didn't know like what direction I would go and like how I would progress from that point. So maybe lockdown Daisy, when I was doing all them job applications that never responded or something, and just be like, you're gonna figure it out and you're gonna end up exceeding like your expectations and all of that, so don't worry. Don't worry.
And it's hard as well, especially like you're looking on LinkedIn and you're seeing everyone saying, oh my gosh, I just got promoted to this, I'm just doing this, and it's like,
you see all the accolades and you're like, what am I doing with my life?
They're not even responding to the application. It's like,
literally,
what about me?
But yeah, that was tough for sure.
So you made it through, and you're going to keep making it through.
I think at the moment I'm trying to prioritize like more balance and like, because I feel like there was points where I was overdoing it. Like even when I started doing photography, like I'm working full time, I'm shooting, I'm doing all of these things. I was just burnt out all the time. Like, so now I'm like trying to do all the things that I'm still passionate about and I want to do, but like not overdo it, and like just maintain. Honestly, maintain that balance and just take things a bit more slow, I think. Yeah,
and it's meant to be, I guess, a creative outlet. You're meant to enjoy what you do, and
if
you're just doing the most, like you're not even enjoying it. It feels like a chore. You're
not going to even do your best work, so it's just not worth it, because that wasn't really sustainable for me. So I feel happier now that I've kind of been prioritizing that.
And what does that look like to you? Sort of like finding balance and prioritizing that.
I literally like scheduling time to do nothing.
Necessary.
You need to do that, because like there was points I was just any spare time I just wouldn't rest. I wouldn't rest. So like literally doing that, just chilling with friends, spending more time with family, stuff like that. Any little things. that make me feel good, to be honest. And I'm trying to pick up. I just like to learn different things. So
you do, boy. Yeah. You be like onto the next instrument, onto the next course. Like
I just got my guitar fixed, so I can start doing that again. But so even that's something like I want to just play my guitar and not do it for anything, right? So just stuff like that.
Yeah. No, it's so important just to have like downtime and for it to feel like downtime and not like you have
it's not
to
always work.
Yeah, or like it has to be content or you have to get like make money from it. I've really been loving just like in the evenings making a cup of tea. This is so British. But like making a cuppa. Literally. But making a cup of tea and like reading my books. Like and just reading and not even like any sort of like I've really been into just reading fiction books at the minute, like not even just the because I love the memoirs and I love the whole like, you know, non-fiction or whatever, but it's really nice to just like read a storybook and like read a book that's like takes me out of my reality for a second and just wind down and just like you know just downtime. So I think it's important to keep you going, to keep you fueled, like just find time for you. And I feel like a lot of creatives out there as well probably just always feel like they need to be doing something, and it's like, oh my gosh, like you've only got there's only 24 hours in a day, what you doing with it? Like you've got to be productive. But
this hustle culture is really not it.
It's like, honestly so toxic.
Yeah, it's not it. You're just gonna burn yourself out, and then like it's not even worth it. What
you're creating, like what's it gonna be, and like what's the fruit of it gonna be anyway? So no, 100% agree. But thank you so much, Daisy, for being on here. How was it? How did you find it?
It's alright. Like
it's bad, exactly. Like this is actual proof of everything that you were saying.
So I'm gonna watch it back and be like, oh my god, that looks so.
Oh my gosh, like what was I doing? Like why did I say that? Yeah, no, but we all do it, and it's like it's never as bad as you think it's gonna be. Yeah. And are you open to people like DMing you, like they want to shoot?
Yeah, if you want to work, shout me. I'm open.
Here we go.
Yeah. See what the vibes are.
Amazing. Well, I've been Elizabeth, the writer. This has been Daisy. And yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, guys. And I'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.